A lot of people just in the last week have been feeling really heavy. The nation feels more divided than ever before. People are pulling apart and they're fighting online. Do you have a message? Because you have clearly found so much hope in Bitcoin, and you always talk about how it empowers the individual. There's nothing out there that serves the rich and the poor more than something like Bitcoin. And I think we need a message of hope right now when our country's been so divided, especially in the wake of the Charlie Kirk assassination.
My message would be that we actually all have a lot more in common and we agree on a lot more things than the mainstream media would lead you to believe. So for example, if we take just the Bitcoin community, oftentimes we have very divisive debates in the Bitcoin community. And when I go online, it could be very toxic and very colorful, very passionate, and people get so worked up. And I think the irony is that we agree on 99.9% of everything. And when you dig a bit deeper, what you find is that the inflammatory messages tend to run harder. Lies run harder than truth. Extreme positions run harder in cyberspace, on X, and through the ecosystem. The Kirk affair might be the tragedy that causes people to realize that there are actually some dysfunctional systems in our society that are in the business of creating inflammation. They're divisive systems of amplification. And in fact, the people can be brought back together with a little bit of surgery, find the amplified sources of divisiveness and turn them off.
Well, and there are a lot of connections ultimately to something like Bitcoin being a peaceful revolution and maybe defunding some of these power structures that have really taken advantage of us and trafficked in attention and move it to a system that is peaceful and creates more value for people, right? That's kind of what I always get from your message too of hope in Bitcoin.
Well, we always say Bitcoin is a peaceful, fair, and equitable way for us to settle our differences. As everyone embraces it, peace will spread, equity will spread, fairness will spread, truth will spread, toxicity should decay.